Hi guys, welcome to Making Sawdust. I'm Kevin. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to part 3 of my dirt wall basement woodshop setup. This is a continuation of my bench build. In the last video, I built this 16-foot bench. It was not complete, but I just needed to get it to work. And I give a lot of explanation on how I got to this point. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and click on the card right there. Go watch that video first and it'll give you some background. And if you have seen that video, you stay right here and we will continue with what we're doing. Right now I'm excavating more of the basement foundation right here and backfilling behind my workbench and basically underneath my workbench. You can see that right there. I built my workbench over a retaining wall that I built, and I'm getting ready to build a ledge behind my workbench. I've attached a ledger board on the backside of my workbench with a 2x4 that extends the entire 16-foot length. And I'm just framed in, it's about 9 inches deep. This is going to serve as a shelf basically behind my workbench. I can place some tools there, my toolboxes, stuff like that. I'm doing a little bit more backfilling, and I want to have the maximum amount of space behind my bench that I can still reach, obviously. I'm running out of gas, man. I am getting older and I have mined a lot of this bentonite clay mix. So that's a little proof I am just kind of going slow. It's been a long day. You can see that upright 2x4. I'm using that as a visual reference for my maximum reach for a tool wall if I'm standing in front of the bench. And also I'm going to build a shelf up above where all that lumber is. I am going to put my melamine back in, and I'm a firm believer, if it don't fit, don't force it. So I needed to sand a little bit off, trim that there. And if you gotta force it a little bit, you know, you can force it a little bit. This is kind of a work as I go project. The next phase of this is using the material that I have in my shop to maximize the amount of working space that I have. So I've decided to build another 8 feet onto the end of this bench. And this was really an unused area down there. I have 3 railroad tie pilings that used to support the house before the basement was excavated. So I'm actually going to build a bench right over the top of these. I'm going to cut the railroad ties off. I have to move this electric, which is going to create another project for me as more outlets, but that's going to be a great benefit too. Cutting those pilings was a chore. My super sawzall, my Milwaukee, decided the brushes were not going to work anymore, so she quit about halfway through. I finished up with a handsaw, and that was boy, that was a project. I'm not building any center supports into this bench right here because I have a couple ideas. So you got to stay tuned for what I'm going to do next underneath this bench. I'm really pleased with the progress so far. This has opened up my space, created a lot of working area. Next phase is cleaning out this hoard of lumber here. And I'm going to build a shelf up above it. So I'll be able to stash my Rubbermaid tubs, tool, poly bins, lumber, and paint, and all kinds of stuff. Building this shelf has really transformed my space. It's going to make me so much more efficient. It's going to allow me to build a tool wall, possibly some cabinets to throw my jigs and fixtures and all sorts of stuff. Have my power tools permanently mounted to the bench. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm not done yet. It's taken me about 6 months to start to transform this dungeon into a wood shop. So stay tuned. I am going to be moving my shopsmith and my table saw in a couple creative locations so I can build an assembly table and also hook up a main trunk line for dust collection. Those are a few of the next things I want to do, as well as a restoration on my radial arm saw and some electric for all of my tools. So stay tuned to Makin Sawdust.